Well, Mercuria got moved to the first side this time, so I guess Jay will have to wait for now. Mercuria is an interesting character. While she has the potential to be one of the strongest buffers, unlocking her full potential isn't as simple as you'd think. Without the right team, getting her buffs rolling can be very difficult, but when you do, Mercuria becomes the best in slot support for those ideal setups. Some character also works extremely well with her rank up adjustment mechanic, making her even more useful in those setups. And today, we'll be going over how Mercuria works and more importantly, the teams that she works with. Let's start by going over just how much buff can Mercuria provide. Mercuria's entire kit is focused on one thing, cosmic energy. Similar to Lucy's leadership, cosmic energy is a force field which affects the entire team. For each stack of cosmic energy Mercuria has, the team gains a 2% damage bonus. This can go up to 50% damage bonus at 25 stacks. Additionally, at the beginning of each turn, Mercuria will also give the team some buffs depending on how much cosmic energy she has. If she has at least 9 stacks, she will give the team a 30% critical damage boost for one turn, and if she has at least 16 stacks, she will also give the team a 20% incantation might for 2 turns. Lastly, the one buff Mercuria provides actively instead of passively is the 20 to 30% critical rate from her skill 2. There is no denying this is an absolute insane amount of buffs to be coming from a single support at P0. However, there are quite a bit of catches for actually activating those effects, and to understand why that is, you need to first understand how to get cosmic energy for Mercuria. There are in total 3 ways to get cosmic energy for Mercuria. First, every time anyone casts incantation, she will get 2 to 4 cosmic energy depending on the rank of the incantation. Her own skill 2 also grants her 4 to 6 cosmic energy, and since it's also an incantation, casting skill actively provides her with 6 to 10 cosmic energies. Lastly, at the beginning of the combat, she will start with 8 cosmic energy. There are 2 things that make cosmic energy really awkward to stack for some teams. Number 1, cosmic energy lasts for 2 turns. And Mercuria's bonus buff calculation for the critical damage bonus and incantation damage bonus is done after the beginning of the turn. In other words, the calculation happens after the cosmic energy from 2 turns ago falls off. So if you want to activate those buffs, you need to get 9 to 16 stacks of cosmic energy in a single turn. If you use 4 rank 1 incantation in a turn, you will generate 8 cosmic energies, which just happen to be 1 short for the stack required for the critical damage. But since you will be using her skill 2 to apply the critical rate buff every other turn, you will still at least get access to this every other turn. Now, to achieve the incantation might from the 16 stacks, you will need to use 4 rank 3 skill without her skill 2. The other thing with her cosmic energy is that most ultimate will not generate any cosmic energy from Mercuria, since they are not a ranked incantation, making it even more difficult to get access to her critical damage buff. In most non-Mercuria friendly teams, her buff will only perform decently if her ultimate's rank up effect is active. However, in a good team, none of that will be an issue. The first team we will be looking at is of course the Incantation rank up team. This team consists of Marcus, Mercuria, Argus, and Villa. There are a few pieces of puzzle here. Marcus has self-incantation rank up mechanic, which will often mean that she will be using rank 2 or even rank 3 skill per turn. Argus, which is coming very soon at the end of patch 2.1, always use a bonus incantation between rank 1 to rank 3 as follow-up attack at the end of the turn. These 2 mechanisms basically give Mercury around 4 to 5 more cosmic energy per turn, which is what is needed to push her past the requirement to be considered good. There is also some extra synergy between Mercury and Villa, as Villa's multiplier buff is applied based on the rank of incantation, which means it's affected by the rank up effect of Mercuria's ultimate. Lastly, Mercuria has a bonus effect in her insight, which gives her bonus moxie when there are more than 2 rank 3 incantation cast during a turn. With Marcus, this is very easy to trigger when the rank up effect is active, which converts to 2 free moxies per rotation. Another character who works really well with Mercuria is Lucy. Lucy's follow-up are considered rank 2 skills, so in situations where there are multiple enemies to trigger Lucy's follow-up, you will get 6 bonus cosmic energy per turn. Additionally, Lucy's ultimate also triggers her follow-up, which means instead of providing no cosmic energy, Lucy's ultimate provides 3. I know Winston doesn't look like she actually synergized with Mercuria, as Winston does nothing for Mercuria's stacking, and she also cannot benefit from Mercuria's bonus effect with her ultimate, as while her ultimate will likely generate 8 tons of cosmic energy in the process, the calculation happens in the next turn, which leaves out the critical damage boost and incantation might. But Winston is an insanely burst-oriented character. This also means that you only need the maximum amount of power during a single turn where ultimate is casted, so all you really need to do is to keep some Mercury skill 2 in hand with her ultimate, and stack up her cosmic energy in the turn prior. In patch 2.1, there is also a very good increase in her flexibility overall due to Argus. Argus's passive gives her free action after each turn between rank 1 to rank 3, which also counts toward cosmic energy, and it's just what we need to get past 9 cosmic energy in general turns, giving more consistency to her critical damage buff. Now, those are the good teams. Let's also talk about the broken team. This is the team that I found while testing on Mercuria in the past few days. So, we have previously talked about that any follow-up with a rank can stack cosmic energy for Mercuria. And Anjanala, when contracted with a spirit or intellect character, can consistently do 2 skill 1s as follow-up per turn. This means by default, when you run a team where Anjanala is contracted with Mercuria, you will be getting 4 bonus cosmic energy per turn. Using Mercuria's skill 2 while the crit rate buff is still on is also no longer a bad thing, even though you are wasting the duration of the critical buff, because Anjanala will follow up with a rank 1 skill 1 and also reduce the channeling by 2 turns. Additionally, because we will be using a lot of incantation for both Anjanala and Mercuria, this gives us faster rotation with his ultimate, thus better coverage for the rank adjustment effect. Lastly, there is still the bonus attack from Argus each turn to boost the amount of cosmic energy generated even further. Now, before anyone starts saying, this is Anjanala being broken doing damage, let's quickly look at just how much support is coming out of this team. With this team, Mercuria can pretty comfortably have around 14 to 16 cosmic energy activated at the beginning of each turn. That also means 30% critical damage, 20% incantation mat, and also 20% critical rate will all have pretty much 100% uptime. With Argus's debuff, you're also looking at 45% critical damage and 45% damage bonus toward one target. And lastly, with Lopera's ultimate, we are looking at 40% critical rate, 50% excessive crit rate converted to crit damage, another 10% of Lopera's critical damage as critical damage for the team, and 25% incantation might. With none of the buff or debuffs overlapping here, the total amount of bonus we are getting out of this on Anjanala is simply insane. Now that's pretty much everything you really need to know about Mercuria as a whole, but let's also go over a little bit nuances in her kit I want to talk about, since I spent a good amount of testing anyway. Let's first talk about her ultimate. Mercuria's ultimate gives the team a rank boost effect. This buff boosts the rank of incantation when it's calculated. This does not mean the rank of the incantation itself went up. The effect of the incantation itself will stay the same. Instead, when it's being calculated by things such as Villa's multiplier buff and Mercuria's passive, or sometimes the effect of some raid bosses, is considered to be one rank higher than they actually are. This of course also affects Mercuria's cosmic energy generation, which effectively means if an incantation is not already rank 3, it will generate 1 additional cosmic energy. Let's also look slightly forward again. The rank of Argus's follow-up attack at the end of the turn is based on rank of incantation used during that turn. However, this is calculated at the beginning of when you finish your setup. So in turns where Mercuria's ultimate is casted, her follow-up attack will not be based on the post-rank up incantations. The card itself will of course still be counted as rank up since it happens after Mercuria's ultimate. And lastly, Mercuria's passive give her free Moxie at the end of the turn. If more than 2 rank 3 incantations are casted, you can actually trigger this effect with Lucy's follow-up attack when it has rank up effect active. For her Psychube, you pretty much just want to use her signature, but it actually doesn't matter that much. Her personal anecdote is coming in the next patch in CN, and if Psychube have passive that support the team, then it's gonna be better than her signature Psychube right now. After all, while she does decent damage, she is still a support. Her resonance is the same situation. There is a new update for resonance system coming where you can modify the stats of the main piece at the cost of some resonance materials, but I didn't find it as worth on Mercuria since her buff doesn't scale with her own stats. Her portrait are kind of worth talking about as well. First, the portrait one is actually very useful for most teams she will be in. Mercuria sees a decent increase in her support capability while her ultimate is active as it helps her get enough cosmic energy, and with her P1 it's easier to get those free moxies. With that being said, if you're going to be using her in an Angelina team specifically, it's not that useful as you will be spamming her and Angelina's card, thus never really be short on moxies in first place. For the rest, P2 and P3 are just increasing her buff's number, and P4 increase the rank up effect duration by 1 turn, which again make her slightly better to play in general teams. Now, her P5 basically removes all the restrictions she has, because with it, cosmic energy now lasts for 3 turns, and with that, it will be very easy to keep both her bonuses active since they are now going to be calculated based on the cosmic energies generated from the last 2 turns. Plus, you will rarely see cosmic energy below 20 stacks at the end of the turn at this point, and that's 60% damage bonus at the minimum coming out of her passively. Like with P5, she's not just broken for a specific team, she is broken for all the teams. And yeah, that's for this video. This is a little bit different than usual with the order of things, but as always, this has been SteamBellNext. Thanks you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.